Hey, how are you? I hope everybody's having an amazing day. So today I really wanted to make a quick video because I saw a video by Monique, the only one, the one and only Monique. And she said that she was being interviewed recently by she was participating in an interview, let's just say that. And the person that was interviewing her asked her what she wanted her legacy to be. And she's basically was like, this Hollywood stuff, television, movies, all this other stuff, that's just great. But as far as a legacy is concerned, the most important thing to her was a legacy that she was going to leave with her family. And I just thought that that was just so amazing because I think that we oftentimes don't think on that level. In other words, when I was talking about how, in my previous video about boundaries, when I was talking about how, some people in your family might treat you or talk to you or, maybe put you down and things of that nature, I also was thinking when I heard this video, because this is something that she mentioned. Let me go backwards a little bit. She mentioned that she was in remembrance of a conversation that she was having with, friends, family, or whatever. And they were talking about someone who was deceased. And she just remembered thinking to herself, I would never want anyone to talk about me in this way if I was no longer here. In other words, I'm sure that all of us have had people in our lives that didn't treat us well, or maybe weren't the nicest people, or weren't thoughtful and things of that nature, or was just literally hell on wheels. And that's really all people have to say about them. And if you think about it, is that what you want your legacy to be? Like, is that what you want your legacy to be? For people to know that you literally were hell on wheels, or that you were like the meanest, you were a mean girl or a mean guy, or do they want you? I mean, whatever it is, like, I'm not even going to come up with any more examples. It's just a question. How do you want people to talk about you? And to be honest with you, it really doesn't even have to be exactly what Monique was talking about. It could be, how do you want to be spoken about now when you're not in the room? How do you want to be spoken about now when you're not in the room? Or if there's some work that you need to do, how do you want to be spoken about in the future or when you are no longer here? Because I think that that's an important point to think about. That's just something to marinate and ponder on. Me personally, Lord knows that I have made mistakes in life. I haven't always been who I am today. But I would never want anyone to speak of me ill, or I would never want anyone to be like, oh, girl, she was this, she was that, she was the other. And I'm not talking about negative people. I'm talking about healthy people, obviously, right? But at the end of the day, when we're talking about family, my children, I want them to speak highly of me. And even if they can't, let's just say they can't right now, as time goes on, I want them to be able to speak highly about me. If I was to leave this earth today, I would want them to speak highly of me. I would want them to speak their truth, definitely, but I definitely would want them to speak highly of me, because who wants the latter? Who wants the latter? So I really do want you to think about how you would like people to speak to you. And to be honest with you, it gives you an opportunity to self-evaluate. Look at how you're showing up when you enter the room. Look how you're showing up when you are present. Look how you are showing up when you are with other people. Are you mean and surly? Are you sweet and thoughtful? Are you somewhere in between? What are you? How are you showing up? That's my question. What would you like your legacy to be when you're no longer here? But also the question is, how are you showing up now? Great question, right? So I'm going to leave it right here. I'm going to leave it right here, and I will be back again. Thank you so much for listening to me.